welcome to yoga and Friday. Today, let's do a little combination of things. Last time we did a lot of some core builders and strengtheners. So today, we'll probably wind it back a little bit and do some more kind of relaxation stuff towards the end, and maybe some good openers again, chest openers, some good extensions for the back. Um, a lot of us have been having, and I've been hearing a lot about tight hips, tight hip flexors. So we're going to continue to always do some hip openers as well, because that seems to be an ongoing problem for many of us. So we will address those things. Let's take a couple minutes and let's calm ourselves down. Just take some nice breaths. Keep your eyes closed. Let the hands rest on the legs. Plant those sitting bones into the ground. Extend that spine. And just try to clear your mind of all the things that you need to do today or this weekend. And just use this time to focus on yourself and doing something healthy. Let's take a couple more deep breaths here. And let's take a nice deep breath. Bring those arms overhead. And exhale, release. Inhale, arms up. And exhale. Let's go ahead and bring that left hand to the right knee. Right hand behind, get a nice twist, warm up that spine. Come back to center. Bring that right hand to the left knee and the left hand behind. And back to center. Let's go ahead and keep those sitting bones grounded and just walk those arms out in front. And then walk the hands over to that left side. And back to center. And over to the right side. And then back to the center. And slowly come back up. Let's extend those legs out. I'm going to use the strap. You don't have to if you wish not to. And I'm just going to take it around both feet. Let's get a nice stretch for the back of the legs and the lower back. So just walk yourself down over those legs just to where you can feel a good stretch. And keep the toes pointed towards the ceiling. And then slowly come back up. You're going to keep that strap around the right foot. Bend that left leg to the side and just come down over that right leg. And slowly come back up and switch sides. Bending that right leg down, walk down over the left leg. And slowly come back up. And just set that strap to the side. Just go ahead and bring those feet together. This is one of the really good stretches for the hip flexors and hips. Let's go ahead and just hang on to those toes and just gently pull yourself towards the feet. It doesn't need to be a big movement here, just a little bit, just to where you can start to feel that stretch. And then slowly come back up. And we're going to come over onto our hands and knees. And let's just get a good stretch and warm up that spine. So let's move into our cat-cow. Let's take a deep breath in, dipping that belly down, lifting the head up. And then exhale, arch the back up and tuck that chin in towards the chest. And release. And one more time, inhale, dip the belly, lift the head. And exhale, arch the back and tuck that chin in. And release. And let's go ahead and extend that left arm out and the right leg behind. Nice stretch, elongating the body through the fingertips and the toes. And then slowly release. And same thing, other side. Right arm out, left leg behind. And release. Let's go ahead and sit back on the heels. Let's just take a nice couple of breaths here. Really opening up the chest and the belly. Just press gently into your legs with the palms of your hands. And then let's come all the way down. Open those knees just a little bit more, coming into child's pose, stretching out through the fingertips, elongating all the way through the spine and the arms, letting the head rest down. let's slowly walk the hands back up. And we're gonna do another variation of that. It's just gonna be shifting the focus a little bit more to the inner thighs. So we're gonna come down onto the elbows, and we're gonna keep on to the knees and just push your butt towards the back. And again, this is another one where you don't need a lot of movement. As soon as you start to feel any stretching, that's where you want to stop. And you can always start to go back a little bit more. The aim of this pose is just to get a good stretch through here on both sides and bring that butt down towards the feet. But you don't want to force it down. Just let it relax down naturally. And then come back up to the elbows. And let's just come down onto the belly. Let's keep our hands where they are, shoulders over the elbows. Take a nice couple of breaths here. And then I want you just to gently press the hands into the floor and just press up so your upper body is off the mat. Take some nice deep breaths here. And then lower back down. Bring the hands to the chest. Push yourself up to hands and knees. And let's come into a downward facing dog. Pushing back from the hands. Pressing that weight down through the legs. And come back to the knees. Sit back on the heels. Bring the hands back to the legs. Let's take a couple more nice deep breaths here. And then we're going to slide forward, come all the way down to the belly. Placing the hands down, let's press back up. Just keep the head neutral here. And lower back down. And let's come back up to hands and knees and back up to downward dog. And just remember to keep taking deep breaths here. It's kind of a natural thing to almost hold our breath when we're doing something a little bit more difficult. So just remind yourself to keep breathing. And let's just go ahead and walk the feet forward and come into a standing forward bend. And then very slowly roll yourself up. And let's come into our mountain pose. Feet planted, shoulders back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, release. And we're going to go ahead and turn towards the right. We're going to step this left foot back, right foot forward. And we're going to move through warrior 1 and 2 like we've done before. So we're going to keep a soft bend in that front knee. And you're going to keep that left heel planted, toes out. We're just going to bring the arms up and just settle in a little bit deeper. Nice deep breaths. Work with your breath here. On the exhales, see if you can't get a little bit deeper or your arms up a little bit higher. And slowly straighten that right leg. Drop the arms. Turn to the left. Same thing on this side. Bending that left knee. Bringing the arms up and sinking in just a little bit lower. And slowly bring the arms back down. Come back to center. We're going to leave this left foot where it's at. Just turn the right toes out. We're going to bend that right knee. And we're just going to extend the arms out and look over your right fingertips. If that strains your neck at all or you feel any pulling, just keep the head neutral. It's better to keep the shoulders down in this. And actively, you want to just be keeping this leg open. Sometimes when the muscles fatigue, they have a tendency to kind of go inward. We want to keep this as open as possible. Let's go ahead and drop that right arm down to the right leg and just stretch that left arm up. And back to center. And let's switch sides. Let's keep that right heel planted, toes at an angle, left knee bends, arms straight up, and look over the left hand if you can. And release. Take a couple minutes to breathe here. Sometimes it's good to get, like I started feeling some pulling in this left leg. So whenever that happens, you want to just take a break from it, come back out. And now I'm going to come back into the side angle pose on this side. With yoga, unlike other types of working out, sometimes when we're actively doing a workout, we want to kind of push through it, work through the pain. In yoga, it's kind of the opposite. When you start to feel that resistance, that's when you want to take a break and go back in. It's tuning into your body, listening to what it's telling you. And then come back up. Let's walk those feet back together. Let's take a nice deep breath in, arms up, and exhale all the way down into a forward bend. And let's lower down into a squat. Again, you can keep the hands on the knees or on the floor. Try to keep that back nice and straight. From here, just put the hands down on the floor. And all we're going to do here is just press right above those elbows into the inner thigh on both legs and just lean into it a little bit. This is an excellent stretch for some of those deeper muscles in the hips. And you can just look towards the floor. And then slowly come back up. Place the hands back on the knees. And then let's slowly come back down to a seated position. Come back into a simple cross-legged pose. Let's get a couple good stretches for the shoulders. So let's take that left hand back, place the left hand on the shoulder, right hand to that elbow, keep the head up here, try not to keep down, and just take some deep breaths, breathe into it. And then release. We'll do the same thing with that right side, holding on to that right elbow. And then slowly release those arms down. Let's just take the hands behind the back, interlock those fingers, letting those shoulders rotate back and down. Just lift the hands away from the body a little bit. Breathe into this, get some nice open stretching for the chest. And then release. And let's go ahead and just take the right hand, that left side of the face, bring your left hand under that left leg and just press the head gently towards that right side. Keep the head nice and neutral here. If you feel like you're holding a lot of tension in the neck, just try to let it go. Take some deep breaths. And then slowly bring the head back up and release. And on this one, you always want to take your time bringing that head back up because it's a pretty deep stretch for some of these scalene muscles in the neck. They get all bound up. So you always want to ease in and out of these. So let's do the other side. Right hand goes under that right thigh. Left hand to the right side of the face, gently pressing it down. And then slowly come back up. Just go ahead and bring those arms overhead again. Left wrist in the right hand, stretch to that right side, and just try to keep this left side on the floor. Back to center, release those arms. Nice deep breath in, bring the arms back overhead. Same thing on the other side, keeping that right side down. Come back to center and release the arms back down. And I'm going to keep my strap handy. You don't have to have one, but it is recommended. Let's go ahead and come down onto the back, and we're going to get some good stretches again for those inner thighs, the hips, and also the glutes and the back so we can get everything stretched out. So let's extend that left foot out, bend the right knee in, and take the strap around that right foot. Holding the strap with the right hand, let's just extend that leg up. And you can kind of change the focus on this stretch by alternating how you have your foot positioned. If you press your heel up towards the ceiling and your toes flex towards you, you're going to feel it more in the calf and the back of the leg. And if you keep your knee bent, it's going to be a little bit deeper into that glute. So you just do what feels the best for you. And try to keep this left side resting into the ground. And then let's go ahead and drop that leg open to the right side. Left side stays down. And then slowly bend that right knee in. Come back to center. Extend that left leg up, holding, or right leg up, holding the strap in the left hand this time. Letting that right arm relax. And then slowly pull the leg over the body to the left. Come back to center. And let's release that right leg. And do the same thing on the other side. So bring that left leg in, bring the strap around the left foot, extend that leg up. Let that right side relax on the ground. Hold the strap with just the left side. And then slowly let that leg drop open to the left. Come back to center, take that strap in the right foot, bring that leg gently over the body to the right side. And then bring the knee back to center. Let's go ahead and just set that strap off to the side. We're going to turn onto our right side. And all we're going to do here is take your left hand and hold on to that left foot and just let your right arm relax, letting the head rest on the arm. And all we're going to do here is just gently press the foot into the hand, getting a really good stretch for the front of the hips. So just take some nice deep breaths here. This is a great pose to work with your breathing again. So on each exhale, see if you can't squeeze that foot a little bit more. And then slowly come and release. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Extending that left arm out, letting the head rest down, holding on to that right foot. You may notice here that one side is a lot tighter than the other, which is completely normal. So let's just hang out here for a few deep breaths. And then release and come back up. And we're going to go ahead and come back down onto the back. And let's just bend both knees and giving them a nice stretch into that chest, letting the shoulders relax towards the floor. If you want, you can gently rock from side to side here. And then slowly let those knees relax, drop the feet to the floor. Let's go ahead and walk those feet together and just gently press into the thighs with the heels of your hand. And I like to just alternate it a little bit to each side. It really helps loosen up some of these tendons and fibers in the hips that get so tight. And then go ahead and let's extend those arms up, reaching up through the fingertips. Nice deep breaths. And let's bring those arms around. Let's go ahead and extend the legs out. Just let the hands rest on the belly. And just make any adjustments to the hips and shoulders that you need to get yourself comfortable. And let's just take a few moments here and try to completely relax the body on every level. Let's start with relaxing the toes. Relax up through the feet. Relax the ankles. Relax up through the lower legs. Relax the knees, the front of the knees, the area behind the knees. Relax up through the thighs and the upper legs. Relax up into the hips. Relax the belly and the lower back. Relax up through the chest. Relax the diaphragm. Relax that rib cage. Relax up through the shoulders. Relax down through the arms. Relax the elbows. Relax through the arms, the lower arms, the hands, and the fingertips. Relax up through the throat and the neck and the jaw. Relax the muscles of the face and the eyes. And just breathe. Just feel the natural rise and fall of the belly in your hands with each breath. And just start to move the fingers and the toes. Slowly bend those knees. And roll yourself up. And let's come back into a simple cross-legged pose. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows and bring the hands to the chest. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.